Everything you see online is amazing.
They're just uploading their stuff.
That's the crazy part. I wish I could be uploading as frequently, but I'm also scared that would basically make me look like I'm still at one level when I want to be looking like I'm at another level. And it just is. And you're gone forever. I don't feel like Instagram and TikTok is the place for me. I do like 2 hours on TikTok sometimes.
Wow.
No, man, for sure.
That's
being nice, man. I'm being polite there. Deep down, you want to have people to appreciate and like it for you.
Exactly.
You need to just find out what's going to make you happy. And this is kind of from me. I'm a very stressed out, anxious person. Like, feel the bad and feel the good, because the good will be so much better after you feel the bad. And just do what makes you happy. And I had to quit Love and Mortar. I went there, lived 3 months in Greece working for these artists. And then I'm like, okay, now I just do glitch with you guys.
Thank you for selecting us, Mark. Thank you for selecting us.
This is like one of the most insane festivals ever, man.
Welcome to Tech Thursdays. Mike, BJ here. How are you, Mike?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, man. I'm excited.
Mike is one of my favorite local filmmakers, video content creators. How do you prefer to describe yourself?
No, man, just videographers, Mike.
You're Mike.
I'd say just Mike. Mike.
Some stuff you've been doing, Mike.
Recently.
During
commercial.
your career, by the way.
Okay. So how I started. Let's go from there really quick.
Dude, yes.
Started in the event scene. I loved events. I had seen this video of Rory Kramer. You know who he is?
Yeah.
So I had watched his video, Dreams Die When You Wake Up, bro. And I used to watch his video all the time, like every day. And my mother once came into my room. She's like, what's this? I'm like, Ma, I need to be this. Like, this is crazy. How can you make money and be like with artists and just living this life and whatever?
How old were you?
I'd say 20, probably, about 5-6 years ago. 7, 8. Oh yeah, around the university.
28,
University, is that?
36.
Ouch! You don't look younger than...
I do look younger because people tell me, listen, you're 36. I thought you were 29. You're 28.
36?
Yep.
You say you're looking young.
I am. Yeah, I'm going to be 37 in December, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You look very young. Alright, like in what I had gone into, I had done a while really looking at music and events and these things. So I just thought, as stupid as it sounds, but as a kid you're like, how, like, this is cool. Like, you can't go on tour with an artist. Like, it was like always a dream, a real big dream. And then I just got into events, mainly Uno, like Jean-Paul here, but mainly Uno. Uno was like my full-on chismo. Went with Love and Mortar. After I was hired at Love and Mortar, that's like shut up everything for me, because like I was told to churn out like loads of videos. Shout out to Shaggy.
Not Shaggy, I was going to say
that. He was like pushing me to like 3 videos a day sometimes. Like, it was crazy. So my turnover, like the churning for me became normal. Like, it was like, I have to push out a lot of videos. So I got used to like just fast editing, like cut and push out, cut, push out. So that helped me when I went freelance, because then I moved. The reason why I went freelance was I got a job offering in Greece to go work with artists there. Emma Tranta got me that, so because she was working there, and she had told me like, listen, they need a videographer. You want to come in? Like, you down for it? And I had to quit Love and Mortar. I went there, lived 3 months in Greece working for these artists, and then I'm like, okay, this is super cool. Like, this is cool. But then after 3 months there, I was like, it's tiring. Like, it's tiring. Like, respect to everyone on tour, everyone who does like these long gigs and everything, because it gets, if you're just an event, it's like late night.
It's true.
Like, and like you guys, like Glitch, you guys have been doing Glitch for a long time.
Yeah, of course. You know how it is. I mean, my brother Adrian, I just mentioned him on a social media post because he never puts anything out there. But the thing is that I know the amount of effort he puts in. For Glitch, 1 whole month. How can you do that?
Oh, guys,
and deliver that
4 a.m, 5 a.m. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's intense. Like, the way it all goes down. So then after a while, I moved out of the events. I went into the more commercial mini documentary scene.
Yes.
Then I went on tour with Nervo years later and just did that. And after that, I was like, all right, I think events wise, I'm happy. And now I just do Glitch with you guys.
Thank you for selecting us, Mark. Thank you for selecting us.
This is like one of the most insane festivals ever, man. Like,
no, we are very happy to have you there, because your style matches our style and vice versa, you know. So for Glitch, you need particular people, particular filmmakers.
But like at the fast.
That's it.
Like loads of muscle.
In fact, we've started gym now.
Oh, what?
Preparing
my
for
hand up.
Joking apart, you need to be quite fit for that kind of filming. You know?
I underestimated it. And how funny, I started going to gym. Imagine this, how stupid. So I had gotten an FS5. And I didn't do any research on buying this FS5. Like I just said, like I had the A7S2, which was like the low light
Typical
killer.
Mike.
Like I had no idea what I was going for when I bought it. And I had the A7S2, which was like the low light killer back then.
Yeah.
As in, it's
Yeah,
an
of course,
outdated
of
camera, but
course,
it was
yeah.
incredible for events. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy this FS5 because I saw Randall was using it back then for commercials, but I never knew if it was good for nightlife. But I just assumed if I'm gonna put like 5,000 on the camera, it's going to be amazing at nightlife. Like in my head back then, I was saying it has to be better than the A7S2. And I bought it and I was shooting summer days. And as I was shooting, I was saying, man, why the hell am I getting noise everywhere? Like, it's just noise, this camera. And I remember saying, it can't be I spent this much money. And I was so put off by it, I never picked that camera up again. It's still in my office. I never touched it.
Because you just told us before starting this podcast that you never sell your cameras.
No, zero. I'll never sell my cameras. It just... My parents say me like, why the hell do you have so many cameras? Sell them. You don't just like collecting dust. But there's something about buying a camera that...
I understand you. I never sell my iPhones. Or maybe I rarely sold my iPhones.
Yes?
Yeah, because I kind of... Someday I'll frame them, you know?
Okay. Like a little museum.
Yeah, and each iPhone comes with that time story, if you know.
True.
So let's say if I have an iPhone 3GS, that reminds me of 2007, 2008.
How nice that
you know,
is.
so I like keeping them, yeah. I'm a tech guy. You're not apparently that much.
I'm a tech guy in a really weird way. Like, I love my tech. I do, but like I just don't use it. I don't use it to its full extent, just because I just get either nervous or I don't understand. I've been trying to use Milanote. I don't know if you know about Milanote.
I heard that.
So it's like scheduling and all of this on an iPad, and I just get nervous because it's like there are boards, there's this, I'm just like, if I can just write down my notes and just write, okay, if shoot starts at 8, go to the first location, I just write it down in a straight line.
Yeah.
And for me, that's enough. But I know people who like go full on with like with a board, like checklist. This for me, I
get you
nervous.
totally. Sometimes, actually, lately, I had a realization that, you know what makes me feel a bit overwhelmed sometimes and not focus? Big screens.
Yes. How so?
Istra, I realized that when I work on my laptop screen, I just have one application open, not a lot of stuff going on, so I can purely concentrate on that. And even though I consider myself to be a huge tech guy kind of thing, not that I'm a super expert, but I buy everything, you know, when it comes to tech and stuff. In fact, I have Remarkable 2 here, which I love.
I'm still trying to understand it.
Yeah, this is part of my minimal approach kind of thing, you know, minimal tech. It's like replacing a pen and paper, but you tell me why not have a pen and paper in the first place? Because you have a lot of paper in one device.
For example, from my end, for me, even going into something I wrote 4 days ago, Nijenin, like going to
just search. All you need to do.
I sound really stupid. I say, how do you go back to 4 days ago?
Because on a traditional diary, you need to keep on looking for pages, right? True. But if you take your notes or your keywords, let's say what I do is I'm getting into a habit where every morning I write my morning thoughts. So then I can sort out my to-do list and stuff like that. I found it to be really effective, but this I will mention in another in-depth review I will do on Remarkable. So keep tuned.
Exactly.
Subscribe.
It sounds like a sponsored ad at the moment. We're like, what? It's Remarkable.
It's not, I promise.
I know.
And I was saying, look, I need to focus more. I was saying, all I do then is just tag the main keywords kind of thing. Then when I'm searching for anything, it just pops up, you know, and that's it.
Fair.
Yeah, but we were saying about this minimal tech thing, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. You're a filmmaker, video content creator, whatever.
XYZ,
anything related to video, film,
videos.
etc. Anything related to making stories using that camera. We have a similar approach, which is minimal filmmaking. True. The less, the better, the more focused we are on the outcome.
In a weird way, because recently, so I remember speaking to another videographer, Dan Camilleri, And
Hi, Dan.
a while ago, I had told him. I remember we were having this like discussion about productions, and he was always saying like, "Listen, like one day eventually I want to go into the bigger sets." I was always telling him like, "That's like something I'm really not into. Like I just want to go with my little rig and whatever." But then as time progressed, and the more I got into bigger commercials and like started seeing how these scenes are made more into movies and seeing the behind the scenes, I started saying, "So I really want to get more into that." So I went from really against it to like now kind of like filling my car to the brim with lights. Like I just like saying, I'm gonna put up 3 lights. One of them is gonna be a fake sun. One of them is gonna be this. So it changed, but it changes to do with the project. So like many projects I go through, and I can imagine many people go through, is very they're much smaller. You don't get big commercial budgets every week.
No.
Maybe one day, hopefully. But like every week you don't just get like a restaurant and you have XYZ budget. You just have to go in with the minimal rigs and whatever. So it just makes life easier.
In fact, that's minimal filmmaking actually, not never being involved in a huge set as such, because I used to mix that also in my mind. But it's more about having what you need. Because you have to make a lot of decisions on set, and you have to be fast. That's the real thing. So having the bare minimum to do a good production, but not having to go over a huge list and taking decisions on set. Obviously, have to take decisions, but
they're fast.
Kind of, I go with a minimal approach. You know, listen, we don't need that. Leave it here. I don't want to see it.
And it kills you sometimes. Like sometimes you be like, oh, imagine we had like, a bit more time for this type of thing.
It's, to be honest, we kind of advocate for that, for minimal filmmaking. But each time we end up with a car full loaded of stuff just in case.
It's true.
There's a difference between what you desire
and what actually happens when you get there.
Exactly, to make things clear. But Mike, something I'm asking every guest I have is, what's on your home screen of your iPhone or whatever phone you have? Because that says a lot about your character, probably.
My home screen. So the first one that I open up.
What kind of apps do I find, and why?
So to be fully honest, is the ones that come with the mobile, because I'm telling you, like tech-wise, as soon as I open it, I just download and let them go everywhere. But then I have TikTok, Instagram, Messenger, Facebook, and YouTube. It's like full on the worst productivity tools in the world. Like, but for me, to be honest, then I have Revolut, because Revolut. And BOV 3D Secure, because I
get it. You need it.
I need that on tap.
Yeah.
But to be fair, everyone is, as in, I'm also against going through a lot of Instagram and TikTok, but it helps me, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Instagram, my feed is curated on just video. So it's like, when I go on Reels, it's just like how to, lighting, this, that. So it's like, I'm just like doing a little bit of research, but with a break every now and then with a random video. And my TikTok, honestly, I like just lying down and just letting it drain me a bit. It's like I really enjoy just lying down and just mindlessly scrolling, because sometimes you can't just be fully on. You can't. Like, you need to chill a bit too.
I think the problem is when you get addicted, or you started realizing that you're getting addicted. But for sure, I can say that you're not addicted to it because you're putting a lot of work every day. So
my evenings can push for addiction. Like I do like 2 hours on TikTok sometimes.
Wow.
No, man, for sure. That's being nice, man. I'm being polite. There's 3-4 hours sometimes.
You need to talk to someone.
For sure, for sure. I have to talk to someone even more. No, but it's. I just think that it just depends also when you're using it and what you use it for. Like you could use TikTok. TikTok, you can find anything. If you want to look up commercial setups, you find it, man. Even faster than Google and YouTube at this point.
Because the way, video content creation happens on YouTube, first of all, it's not just filmmakers there. It's purely video content creators and influencers also, and whoever, even, any kind of person with a camera, with a phone, can create any kind of video on TikTok, because the rawness of TikTok doesn't compare with anything else. And that's the nice thing about it.
I want to interrupt. I want to jump in on that. You don't think that, because I was thinking about this last time, as Instagram and these things really cropped up with like videographers where you see like really beautiful things, you don't realize how many people have access to making really incredible things. All of a sudden, like you're just seeing everything you see online is amazing.
Definitely.
Like, everything I'm seeing on my reels, I'm always like, this could be a commercial, technically.
It's true. What I realize is, though, that we are automatically curating and selecting and
True.
following topics we like. So my feed will look like your feed.
Exact.
Something which comes out of this, in my opinion, is that if you're an inspiring video content creator, filmmaker, influencer, whatever, if you need video, if you need to learn video, you have to follow key people
For sure.
in the industry, both local and foreign, for your feed to start
Being what you want to be, kind
yeah,
of thing. Is that?
exactly, that's it. So in my case, you said, listen, sometimes I just go on Instagram and I'll be relaxing, but researching at the same time. That's what I do on YouTube.
Fair.
And for me, it's beautiful. I don't want any other kind of content in my,
Exact.
you know, I just love researching cameras, seeing tech
It's like a hobby,
related, to film and video. I love it, man.
That's true.
I mean, I spend a lot of time in the bathroom actually doing that.
Just
Sometimes my
scrolling.
wife is like, do you really need 20 minutes or 30 minutes in the bathroom? And I say, I just watched the tutorial.
Exact. With bad ads as well. So you just have to go through it all, like
Yeah.
40 minutes.
Yeah, it happens. Some of the ads are ours, so yeah,
Exact. So good to
Same.
see it. Good to see it.
Yeah, but it's a really good advice. Believe me, believe us. Actually, if you
Also-
want to get into that, just follow the right people.
But also from my end, what I struggle with all of that is that there's so much that you feel overwhelmed in a way of like saying, you know, it's like what we were speaking about Adrian before. Like you have to kind of like you feel like you have to as a filmmaker now start pushing out. You just need to learn how to kind of like not be pressured by how much people are pushing out and push out what you want to, if that makes sense. It might not,
Totally,
but it might.
totally, Mike. We're in a situation here at Video Cafe where we've been operating for 5 years officially, and we rarely, put anything out there. Honestly, I mean, people know us for a glitch,
Okay.
but we're all the time working, and we kind of don't feel the need because work is coming in.
That's
but
it.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not
No,
saying
but it's not wrong either.
It's not wrong either. It's true. I think at the end of the day, it boils down to your inner kind of feel, vibe, and whatever. Though, to complete the circle, I feel that something is missing. So I believe even Adrian, even though he doesn't and never puts anything then out there, because I do sometimes in a casual, fast
Exactly.
way.
It's like upload something. Like, why not?
I think it's nice to get that feedback from people, because at the end of the day, we're creating nice stuff
For people to see.
for people to see. So if you know that those people are enjoying seeing what you're doing, you know, it gives you some energy back, and it even empowers you to create even more, I think.
Yeah, but you know what? From my end, what limits me from posting is that I've seen so many things I want to be, so many things I want to become, and so many places I want to go to. That I speak to my girlfriend a lot about this. That I've filmed so many things. I filmed all of my trips in Asia. I filmed skiing recently, snowboarding, like a lot, and I just never make anything out of it because I always look at it and I go, it's not what I want. I could make it better, but if for nothing, it's just sitting on hard drives and it's ready to be edited and uploaded. But I just don't, because I always say I don't want people to see me as not to my true potential. How crazy, like, you know what I mean? Like that's wild, though. Like,
That's called imposter syndrome.
yeah, it's horrible, man.
It is horrible, and we suffer from it.
Yeah, it's a reality. That's like why I always said, like, watching these reels, I wish I could be uploading as frequently, but I'm also scared that that the videos would basically make me look like I'm still at one level when I want to be looking like I'm at another level. When I want to be at another level.
I think, Mike, I want this to be the North Star of our conversation today, which is a casual conversation, and this wasn't planned, honestly. But this topic you're mentioning is such a huge topic.
I totally
with just
hijacked
us.
Theo. I
Man,
totally like.
It's just it, you know? I mean, what you're saying is so true.
Yeah, it's.
And it happens. It happens for filmmakers. I just told my wife this sentence yesterday. I'm going to say, Madonna, babe.
Beep.
I realized that I'm 37. I'm going to be 37. And I haven't settled yet. I don't feel I settled, even though we have a business here running up. But I'm a kind of guy who tried so many things and did so many things. But I don't settle on one thing. And I also told her that I'm afraid that I will never settle. I'm not just trying to replicate what Steve Jobs said or trying,
No.
"Whoa, you're creative," or never settle or stuff like that. It's true. It's true. But it might be because of what you're saying also. You want to be so many things nowadays.
For sure.
Because we're hooked on social media and stuff. And I can't say that I'm all the time on social media, to be fair, but still, as you're saying, man, you're seeing these content creators putting stuff out there. But you know what they're doing more than you and me?
Uploading.
They're just uploading their stuff.
That's the crazy part. But it's tough to, from my end, it's tough. I see it and I think it's great. But you know what I do, man? When I watch a video, I just scroll. And that's the last thing I want someone to do with one of my videos, just scroll.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's that like it came to a point where, or when someone puts in like, let's say put in 14 hours, okay, into editing a video, even more maybe, or even less. And when you're really happy with it and you're seeing it and you're saying it's kind of great perfectly, and people are just watching it on this freaking tiny screen and do this, and it just this, and you're gone forever. Like that is what troubles me mentally when I want to start getting more involved on like the online community, because I don't want to be just another swipe away. But realistically we are, because we're not like, you know.
But what if out of those 10 people who scroll, one watches all of your video?
Yeah, no, that's nice to know. But for me, it's just that like I wish this is the ideal scenario in the world for me, that you like make a short film, for example. This is like for me what I want to do. This is why I got into it. Like this is why I want to do it, because when you make something like an edit to me or to you, to whoever, it's personal because it's your edit.
That's true.
It's like you feel it. When you're editing it, you put in a sound effect because you feel the sound effect and you want people to feel
before it. Even editing it.
Exactly. It's like you find the story. So the reason why I want to go into more short film is to tell more of a long narrative, because even it got to a point where videos are 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
It's true.
Like there's only so much story you could tell in 20, 30 seconds. You can tell a story, you could, but you can't tell a long or a stronger story, if I'm making sense.
Because, in my opinion, because you're not taking the time to build up
a
your character,
exactly.
Stuff like that.
So for me, the idea, the aim would be to like write even a 20-minute and just screen it at like a cinema or even at like someone's house and get like a good group of people over and just let them watch it and soak it. And even just tell them, listen, wait 2 days and then give me your feedback. So you can tell like genuine feedback. Because, bro, realistically, without something like that negative person, people comment on Instagram, well done. Like they probably didn't even watch the whole thing. Like you know, it's very much like empowerment. We need some like. I think we need to go to a point in life again where people give you honest criticism, but not in an offensive way. If it offends you, that's just who you are. That's, you know. But I think it would be so healthy for people to say, I didn't really feel this. Boom. That can like change your whole boom. And you're like, why? True. And when you ask why, they say, because I didn't relate to the character. I didn't feel it. That's amazing. Like that can make your next one even better. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
When bad news kind of thing, when bad feedback excites you.
It makes you question. You start saying, oh, like, I have the skill and I have this system, or maybe I don't have that yet. And that can lead you on to enough getting a better writer on your team, and you take care.
How good.
For me, there's like, that's why, bro, my brain starts going to like, there's so many different ways I want to route into putting my products out. Like my stories. Like I want, like that. I don't feel like Instagram and TikTok is the place for me to
for
be
a filmmaker.
For filmmaker.
But I think this is the difference between don't get me wrong, but between a filmmaker who goes deeper to the cinematography to portray a story. He's like an artist. And someone who has a GoPro and which there's nothing wrong, by the way.
It's just different fields.
But but someone who just wants to share some moments, boom, and that fast and put out there. Like, that's the difference. One is deeper.
Well, exactly. But what I love about the two mediums is that Instagram, I've seen some insane social media videos. Like that for me, you're not even filmmaking. It's like a whole new
magic man.
It's like with the Insta360 and people who are doing VFX with that. Like, it's just like
at Video Cafe we do a lot of that.
It's wide. It's
so we're a bit focused more on that when it comes to event filmmaking, etc.
When it makes sense.
When it makes sense. That's it. Not when we're doing a documentary or something like that.
But like I really think that Instagram and TikTok are really suitable for like this genre of like VFX, you know, the really cool fast things that you see, and you're like there are people in Malta, man, who are doing insane stuff, like where, like VFX movements or like with 360. Like when I watch that, I say I don't think we have the patience to like mask out all of that. Like no way, man. But then I don't feel like Instagram and TikTok is the place for someone who wants to tell a long form story, because people just aren't going to tune in to a long form story.
Maybe use Instagram or TikTok just to create some curiosity and
exactly
tease,
just to like
tease them towards watching that
true.
long form video. That's why I love YouTube more, because I believe that YouTube is there for longer videos. Do you use YouTube, Mike? Do you watch?
A lot. I think it's like
if I had to ask you, what's the average time
per day
rather than per day spent on YouTube, the duration of a video you watch? Let's say, so in my case, I definitely watch a video for 20 minutes.
I think I'd range between like the 12 and the 14 minutes.
Which is good.
There's like, you know, Danny Gewirtz.
You mentioned him a lot.
Like for me, he's like the inspiration to like a lot of things. Carlos Tiliani, I think his name is, his DP. Oh, he was a DP on his film. These are the people I watch. Lewis Potts, like DP, like anyone that has really good content within 12 minutes for me of showing me exactly how to break down the lighting. Good time. It's incredible. It's like I'm doing a masterclass in 10 minutes.
You're reminding me of Shaggy again. Love and Malta. I remember we did a documentary with Love and Malta, Bertu,
man, I remember that one.
And we sat down and we said, we think it should be 20 minutes at least with the footage we have, 30 minutes. He said, you know what? Let's shrink it down to 13 minutes, guys.
It's amazing.
And I was skeptical at first, because I had built this intro with a lot of, which was 5 minutes on itself, Naseb, with a lot of emotion, man. And I was so proud of it that it worked. Not.
No.
But at the end of the day, it wasn't such a huge compromise, considering the target audience. Love and Malta is targeting the mass audience. Exactly. So kind of the video content is for everyone, not just for the filmmaker who wants to enjoy.
And you as a person who is like part of the documentary, you're emotionally attached to the footage. True. It's like you can't just cut out it. You're just like, that to me made sense for this. But then like someone like, for example, my parents, when they watch it, wouldn't be like, like you missed out. Like they wouldn't even think of it. Like we think of it because we're in it, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Like how life changed for me recently was, so my business partner, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jeremy.
Yo, bro.
Should get to me one day. He hates me on camera. He now does all the editing for Dutch, which is our production together, our company together. So I've in the last 2 years gotten used to. Not even, like the footage I get is just sent to him and he does whatever he wants with it, kind of thing. So I totally got out of that feeling of being emotionally attached to footage, because when I see the edits, I start saying, that's perfect for me.
You never ask him, where's that footage? Where's that shot? Because I took a really nice shot there.
So when I finish filming, I'd call him, be like, listen, I took a shot there. And he'll call me like laughing. He's like, I cut it. I'm like, why? He's like, it didn't make sense in the edit. I'm like, but that's good for me because it makes sense. So, like that is his department, and mine is filming and the sets and whatever. We still get involved in the whole thing together, but we have our departments, kind of thing.
Which is nice.
So, if Jeremy, for example, says, I think the shot would really work, for example, I'm like, bomb, I'm going to try and make it happen. I'm like, I think the edits, like, this would really work. But we don't kind of say, we need to do this, because, like were you on set, or was I next to you on a computer editing? Like, no, that's our separate fields, which made me really take a lot of time to learn more about lighting, more about filming, and he has more time to just perfect. He's always been super tough, but like more time to do more things in editing, which is it's like a really nice. And it's
animation, if I'm not mistaken, right? Animation also.
Animation is that editing, all of the post-production basically.
Yeah.
But that made me realize how, even with Adrian, it made me realize that when I give some of my footage, sometimes I'm so much happier. Like probably 99% of the time, I'm so much happier because they see it differently to how I would have seen it when I was filming it, which is amazing because the product becomes super cool. Even for me to say like, oh my god, like I would have never, zoomed in, cut this. I would have done it totally probably opposite
different way.
So it's like,
nice to have two creative minds.
Exactly. It just works, but it just depends as well. Like if we're doing a commercial it's storyboard and scene by scene. So Jeremy will then, after we both do it together, he will then cut it twice I film it. So it's like equal, like we both know what's going into it. But many documentaries, as you guys know,
you're filming, just shooting, shooting.
And then
You're living it, because as a filmmaker, you're living it. You're on set, you're living the actual thing, especially when it comes to documentary. But then
the editing.
In this case, Jeremy, he gets the footage, and he's living it through your footage.
Exactly.
Through that. You already made some choices there.
Yes.
Through Isma, I'm going to film this, I'm not going to film this, The
problem I have in my one thing is like you see in glitch, bro. I film everything to a point where Jeremy has an issue. Like Jeremy was like, don't shoot this much. Like you don't need to shoot this. Once we're filming when we used to do weddings, I had filmed a bride spot, bro. A bride. I think I shot 160 gigabytes at just the bride. Like literally. So he always said, like, listen, you don't need to shoot this much for this. I'm like, but if I'm
what's the problem?
What the hell? Like, I'm not gonna not film.
Adrian, how many terabytes Glitch has after each festival? So.
No, there's one. Because we've been through so many editions.
The last one. How many terabytes do you have?
Remember, through the hardest we had to buy. Check, no problem, because I caught him.
And if you have a folder of mine, see how many gigabytes I gave you.
All right, so as we're waiting for Adrian's reply, I want to keep on going on our North Star subject today.
Let's go.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I'm safe to say that you prefer an audience of 10 people who are watching your stuff and give calmly, focusing on your work, and are giving you honest feedback, rather than having 300, 400, 1,000, 2 million people following you, but scrolling and, just maybe liking or watching half, at least, of your video.
Don't get me wrong, like everyone, as I don't want to be that guy to say like, well, likes don't matter, likes, like everyone likes it. Everyone likes Whoever
likes.
says they don't do it for the likes, I understand it, but deep down you want to have people to appreciate and like it for you.
Exactly, and recognition and stuff like that.
But it got to a point in my life where I don't feel the need to upload stuff for likes. I want to upload stuff to get bigger in my industry.
Especially as you get older.
Exactly. And like I feel that, for example, the way to grow for example, if I want to get into short film, like Clive is already there. Clive doesn't upload guys onto his Instagram. You see, he just uploads a really beautiful scene. That for me is amazing, because he uploads exactly where he wants to be. Like what he wants to go to.
Exactly,
like,
I understand.
I haven't
what
gotten
you're
there
saying.
yet. I feel like it's such a tough part to just change my Instagram to going to just purely filmmaking. Because sometimes when I wake up on a Sunday, I go for a walk with my girlfriend and the dog.
Boom,
I just want to film something and edit it. But if I upload onto my Instagram, then it changes
but
the
why
whole
not,
thing.
to a certain extent? Let's say my feed is completely different from Adrian's. As I said, Adrian doesn't post much, but when he posts, he wants it to be perfect. So if you go on Adrian's feed, you see a nice
perfect feed.
Perfect feed. If you go on my feed, you see
Jen.
my son, Jen angles and stuff like that. But it's how I decided to use it. In fact, I wrote a personal blog. That's it, I don't think about it much. There's an argument where you must think about, and to a certain extent, you must think on how to present yourself out there. But I feel like that's the real me in my approach. Yes. I'm not saying mine is good and Adrian's not. Definitely not.
No, honestly, I think that the way you did it is it works for you. The thing is, it works for me this at the moment.
It needs to work for you first of all.
But the problem that I'm having, and I know I keep going around in circles, bro, because in my head I start going like, that works for me, but now that works for me. So I would love to be more active in creating film, short film, and whatever. But then I don't want to get rid of my social media page is just me enjoying life and uploading whatever I feel like. But the problem is this: I've created an audience on my Instagram. I've opened up another Instagram account where I say, I'm going to be posting all my work over here. I just don't ever post because I realize that my other Instagram account has much more reach. And at the end of the day, you want reach because the people who are going to see your work are on the main page. Like, you can't just go onto a new page and expect everyone to go follow you. Like, shut up, babe, I'm in this. Like, it's not like I'm going to go follow 4 of your pages. I'll follow 1, 2 maybe, but Tailisha 4. So
it's a bit too much to handle,
Official results for glitch storage.
Pause.
7.2 1.6 terabytes after editing. So there's the timeline involved.
All right,
Alright,
okay.
okay,
So
okay.
let's say we have.
Separately,
How much would that even be?
Yeah, yes, I can tell you. Probably you have at least 6.8 terabytes footage only. The rest is render files,
Sure.
at least.
1.6 terabytes of footage from me.
5 VG.
I told you. And that's
How
from-
many crew we were?
Were 4, but then 5 with the drone footage and Karina with the FPV, but those are small.
All right, so main crew.
So
5?
He probably sits in number 1
Comfortably.
of providing the most footage from
And that's in 1.7 terabytes in 3 days, two
Two
nights
nights.
and a half. And
exactly 1/2 day.
so I'd say, because 2 nights we usually do 10 hours, 10
10
hours.
hours, 10 hours and 5 hours. in total.
25 hours, 1.7 terabytes.
Oh, let's put people into this glitch thing, just to imagine. Man, we work from 6 p.m.
Can I
till
tell
4
you?
in the morning, and Jesus Christ, Mike is like,
When we're filming Glitch, it's an intense time. But it's like 3 days. For me, it's 3 days. For you guys, it's longer because of the both parties.
yeah,
right?
مش هيك هيدا.
And when we're there, I would drink, I think, about 4 Red Bull, 5 water, but I don't even go to the toilet once because I'll be sweating so much. It just goes through my body, the water, like genuinely. Like I always say, like I really don't go to the bathroom when I'm filming Glitch because I'm just sweating profusely. Catapult, and then someone got Tiger Balm. What was it? Tiger Balm
ايوه
oil.
ايوه
Jesus,
فرقتهم.
that saved my life.
Vera?
Bro. He put it on my back before I went to the boiler room. I forgot who it was. And he's like, he said something like, I think it's illegal to get out of water or something. I'm like, whatever it is, if it's gonna help my muscles, put it on me. And I was lying, you remember, I was lying on the floor in that room. And he just came and he started putting this balm on me. Like, I'm going, yeah, bro. Like, so it's okay. Da wahda, man, my back goes on fire.
Vera?
Fire it was. I'm like this. He's like, bro, that's nothing. I gave you nothing. I'm in boiler room, sweating from my neck, like already sweating from the crowd. And I think there was
And boiler-
that song. Come Puffsat.
Boiler room is the worst.
Boiler room, you go in, bro. You
When it comes
you
to
like
people.
this with the camera. You like this, and I'm sweating, bro. And all of a sudden, I felt my muscles
Relax.
pinna. I swear, like that, like SpongeBob, like you know,
But
like
the day after, but
No, the day after, I took that laham, we're gonna be running around all of Jambu.
Let's go.
Then day two, but then you get there, or we get there, everyone in the room
Hey,
together,
I'm
everyone
check
in the
you.
classic black t-shirts, everyone literally in full on, just one, we're like, alright, yeah, guys.
that's
nah.
it. Let's do this.
And then you start doing the rounds, like 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10
Yeah,
minutes, 10 minutes. That's how I
it's,
do it, Ian. I just-
repetitively.
Oh, bro,
But there's
it's
something
nuts.
about that festival.
Oof, man.
It keeps everyone together, working for the same goal, you know?
It's
thanks
it's
to Carl
special,
and
man.
Kevin and
Also, you
all the
guys curated a team type bleh, man. It's fun.
Cheers.
Like it's fun, man, because like there are people who you wouldn't really see in the same room together, but in this festival, it's like
It's
there's
Clive,
There's
you,
Clive there, bro. When I say Clive, I
other
remember
people.
seeing Clive, man.
Carlos.
I was filming, so for everyone to understand, when we film Glitch, we'd be told which lenses to use from beforehand. So like everyone has a certain focal length, blah blah blah. And I'd usually be on 2 primes. So like, is it the 35 I'm always on or the 20?
You switched last year.
I switched to the 20.
20 and 35 and always
35 to 85, as that. So I have these two lenses. And I remember I'm just there filming like the slow-mo shots of the artist. And I see Clive, man, stabilizer, standing quasi on top of the DJ and rolling the camera on top of the artist like that. Like from like height. Like if this guy fell. With the Z-cam, even heavier, man, super heavy. And I'm watching him, I did this to him, I'm like, that's incredible, man. Like that's nuts. Like I'd never even trust myself with a gimbal like that, like upside down or like, that was crazy. I'll never forget it. Orbit stage it was. It was insane.
It's
insane.
to be honest, yeah, there was also that performer. What's his name? Sorry, I hate models. That guy.
We're there together, the first
yeah,
one.
Yeah. So he kind of inspires you to do this crazy shit.
man.
All right, to get things straight. It wasn't what was funniest. It's so good for us all to get together
Super.
at least once
love
a
it.
year and do that stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Benji's Amit, who's going to be joining
We're
the team.
mentioning everybody.
Exactly. We're shouting out everyone who has a part of the
and
life that we got into, you know?
Carlos, who is part of us also.
Exactly.
Adrian, definitely.
Benji's
the
Amit
leader.
is a star. Just have to shout that out. He's been working with us
definitely.
with
We're looking
Dutch.
forward to have him part of this crew. So yeah, we're looking forward for that. But to go back to
Because
what
we're
we've been saying, yeah. So you I get the feel that you're going through a process in your filmmaking career where you are prioritizing your, how do you say it? Your goals and from where you get your feedback and how to get it and how you judge yourself, kind of thing. I'm talking about, I'm going back to the argument of better have 5 watching all of your video, or at least most, and focusing on giving you good feedback rather than having 1 million subscribers, which...
That would be nice, though.
That would be nice, definitely. Definitely. And we're after that. So far, when it comes to Tech Thursdays, all right? When it comes to Tech Thursdays, we only have 24 subscribers on YouTube. And I wish that after 4 podcast episodes and many more videos, we have more. Sure. But to be honest, on TikTok, we're doing really good, which is the #1 platform. On Instagram, we're growing slowly, but surely.
But YouTube's hard, yeah.
Facebook, we're not focusing a lot there. And on YouTube, yeah, it is hard. However, I'm really happy with those 24 subscribers we have, because when I say, I wish we have more subscribers, and by the way, subscribe if you want to follow such content.
Nice.
When it comes to video, film, and tech. But having those 24, actually hitting this subscribe button and talking to you, breaking up conversations on comments or messaging us and telling us, keep it up, you shall do that, you shall do that, or you shall get this guy or girl, onto your show. So. It makes all the difference because you're getting in-depth feedback.
For sure.
And you're realizing that, they're actually getting something out of it. So
it means everything to a creator. If I would say it, so like from my end, when someone watches an entire video and actually like watches it for what it is, but there are different obviously things like a tutorial or a review. It could be different to a video that you're kind of narrating a storyline of someone. So it's nice to know that people tune in and watch, consume, feel it, and reply. That's for me. That is why. Like that's why I love the cinema, man. You go to the cinema to watch the entire thing, and you sit down. You do nothing but watch.
Like it tells you to switch your phone.
Exactly. Like it's literally like go to experience the production, and that's amazing, man.
Do you think cinema's dead?
No, well, no, not. I don't even know how to answer that question, to be honest. For me, it's not. Like I'd go like every 2 weeks to the cinema, but that's because I love going to the cinema, and my girlfriend loves going to the cinema.
I love doing that.
So I don't think cinema is dead because there's some big productions still coming out. So it's like
totally
like super cool. Like Dune was nuts. Dune was wild.
I feel that local cinemas can do something.
Man, that's a dream.
Really important. We have a lot of talented filmmakers and video content creators. But since we're talking about cinema, let's talk about filmmaking. Anyone who wants to tell a story, get those productions there, on that big screen, man. We don't have the opportunity to watch our videos on such a big screens.
That's true.
On such a big screen every day.
The thing is, like, I'm not really into the film community in Malta yet, but I've been seeing like this Instagram page of someone, Iddiretu. I don't know if you know him. I never met him.
I haven't
but
met him.
I know people who have been in his films. I don't know him personally, that's why as well. But I think he does like big stuff as well. But the thing is, like, I'd love to see these productions, but I just don't see them. Because I'm into film, but I'm not into film enough to understand where to go to see these things. If that makes sense, it's like it's I'm going into film and trying to learn, like if it's Spazio Creative, like, you know what I mean?
Spazio
Like,
Creative is one of them.
But
in fact, if you tackle it from an artistic approach and start following artists,
from there it would be realistic.
Exhibitions kind of thing, not exactly to watch. No, exhibitions to watch art rather, to appreciate art rather than watch a film. But I'm pretty sure that Spazio Creative, if you follow like them and their boards,
you find local. As in, I'd love to see local people create something other than social media, because in Malta, man, people kill social media. It's amazing. I killed it in a good way. Some people, bro, are doing stuff for foreigners that are like foreign productions, and they're like doing it from Malta, which is like beautiful. And everyone's young, man. It's like in their 20s.
That's it.
So I'd love to see Malta in the short film. It might be me being naive, that maybe I just don't know where to look. But I'm just saying this from someone who is actively looking, and I haven't seen it evidently in front of me. So it'd be nice to see like more of a feed created towards local filmmakers who look into narrative and storytelling and like these things.
And there is also there are some film festivals, which happen during the year. I've been to one in Floriana, if I'm not mistaken. I know that there was one in Valletta also. I'm not sure if it still happens. But yeah, if you're watching and you know about these film festivals, please comment below, because it will be beneficial
for everyone.
Everyone. That's it. Yeah, I mean, interesting, Mike. It's a huge industry with a lot of opportunities. You want to be everywhere. However, as time goes by, you start filtering and trying to figure it out of thing. Even though, as I said, I'm 37 and I can't say I figured it out all, you know, what I want to do and stuff like that. But I think it's kind of an interesting approach, because you keep on looking for stuff.
I don't think any artist will ever close off by saying that, I'm good. I don't even think that is even real. Like that someone can be like, okay,
interesting.
That's it. I think from my perspective.
I'm agreeing to
internalizing
you inside,
it.
but I don't want to interrupt what you're saying.
No, I just feel like there'd be something a bit off if you had to just accept that you're. Maybe that's a bit wrong to say, but from my end, it would be weird to say, okay, chapter closed, my creativity is
that's it, and that's it for life kind of thing.
Because I don't, and that's the worst part, man. We need to find, I think, especially for me, and the more I think of it, you need to just find out what's going to make you happy in the space that you're in, and just and go and do it. And if it works out, amazing. If it doesn't work out, you're just probably going to find something else in the industry that's going to make you really, really happy. It's just trial and error, man. It's just
totally
figure it out.
Totally, it's a really nice advice for whoever is watching at the moment, regardless if you're a filmmaker or content creator or anyone else. I think a nice conclusion to all this might be, correct me if I'm wrong, do what gives you energy, what fills you with energy, what fills your soul, what gives you vibe to keep on going. And something back, you'll get something back at the end of the day. You'll get to meet interesting people who inspire you even more, I believe. You might get a number of good followers following you on social media, but don't think and overthink.
I would say recently what I've been telling my girlfriend, and it sounds really cheesy but it's just it kind of works for me as to how I'm thinking, not everything is that deep, so try and give yourself some breathing space to just enjoy it. It's really cringe to say not everything is that deep, but it's true. One day, realistically, sadly, we're gonna not be here, you know, so might as well just realize, and this is kind of from me, I'm a very stressed out, anxious person, which is trying to take my own advice, but the more you realize is just do whatever you think is going to work out. Enjoy it, learn, feel it. Feel the bad and feel the good, because the good will be so much better after you feel the bad. You can relate to success even better. And just do what makes you happy. Because realistically, if you want to be something, do it. If you can. You know what I mean? I don't want to be someone who's really struggling. Sometimes you can't do it, but there are ways you can make it happen.
Totally, especially nowadays. I mean, long story short, enjoy the process. Don't just focus on the outcome, right? Let the outcome be part of a bigger process,
enjoy the process,
which is called life.
That's it. Boom! What a closing! What a closing!
Mic drop. Mike, anything else you want to add?
That's it.
Ben,
I saw you going up like that. He's gonna high five me.
But it wasn't awkward at the end of the day.
Bro, thank you so much for having me, man.
It was really nice to have a conversation with you. As I said, you're one of our favorites here.
Stop it.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Personal, at Dutch, wherever you are.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is Tech Thursdays. Keep following, subscribe. See you next Thursday.